Greetings, everyone. My name is DJ Allegro, and this is the Allegro Africa podcast. My guest today, Kim Rapper. Been in the game for a whole 20, show with 30 years. Rapper, producer, sound engineer, PR. That's what I know he does. And we're going to learn about his whole entire life and career and the things that he does, even the illegal stuff. Mr. Maps, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Shabua, my brother. Itada. People saw you on the Mempuse episode.
Oh, yes.
You're doing some work for her. Tell me about it.
Yes, Mempuse is a client of mine. She's also pretty much my fairy godmother, man. She's an artist I manage, but she's also my give back to the community. So,
how are you, give back king? You ain't taking no royalties over there.
Nothing like that, dog. Actually, I came in to just make sure, her last days in the game are her best days in the game.
Yeah.
I've been a huge fan, and to get the opportunity to actually work with her is,
right.
For me.
For sure. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt actually. What levels up in here?
I mean, it's important for me because man, we have to celebrate
true.
Really make it worthwhile for them, really show them that we appreciate them, you know what I mean? I mean, we were just at her birthday a week ago.
Oh yeah.
And it was small but beautiful, man, because everybody had something great to say about her, and you realize you have somebody like Mempuse who's been in the game for 60 years,
bro. Imagine that.
So we have to celebrate that. We have to record as much of that as possible.
What are the things that you were like, damn, mind-blowing stuff?
I mean, I think our relationship, I hold in the studio because, she'd be there and I'd be there for something else, and my mates when she's doing her thing. And then eventually when I started working with her, we worked on a song for one of the brands, and you realize how sharp she is, like for her age. We were in that studio for maybe 5 hours, right? But she was done in the first hour, and then literally the music comes on, the other guys are still writing, and I asked her if she's ready, and she's like, no, just put the mic on. What the song's about. And she gets there, and we're freestyler from the top of the head. Gives you a verse.
The rumors are true there.
Oh yeah, it's facts. She's it's magical. So that for me is always
sure.
The second one, the whole PTG thing, which I'm not really a part of, I can't be, right? But
the last one,
as a manager, I still organize the logistics of all that and that sort of thing. But how just how many people may show up for her and believe in her guidance and all of that.
Yeah,
it's things that amaze me every time.
Sure. I think her and a couple of people are not well celebrated, but in Polella we might not have a celebrating culture in this country. What do you think?
That's I think it's a broad question.
Because I don't think it takes like a lifetime achievement award only.
Yes.
To celebrate such,
I think
such a legacy.
We don't have the culture as in a history of doing it lately, because our history was sort of have been able to appreciate notable people. But I think we're a polarized society, so for the most part nobody's really thinking at a patriotic level, so to expect that from people would have to teach it again. But we all have a job to do, man. We all have a job to do. Everything on social media is so negative, right? And where does that come from?
It is.
People are just not happy for other people.
Period.
So all you can do is be one of the happy ones who are happy for people.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tlali Mapetla,
yes,
a.k.a. Mr. Maps, a.k.a. Flamez Malakabe.
I don't think you bring that one up.
Yeah. from now going back and not back coming
yeah,
here.
which is interesting for me.
Yeah, but let's go. Let's see where we end up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you hit me up one time and you're like, dude, now I'm doing Flamez Malakabe. That's about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago.
3 yeah. That's when you actually started the Flamez Malakabe.
Yeah, the whole mixtape series. Yeah.
What's the direction you were taking there?
Well, I mean, music evolves, and it's funny how you introduce rap, and I was like, what? Rap is like part of what I do.
Goddamn, I do rap.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a rapper, so I don't even think about it, but I enjoy rapping.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Flamez Malakabe was, I'm a DJ as well, so I listen to music all the time. I collect new music, and my piano for me is so fascinating. It's reminiscent of Kwaito, but obviously, you have your own taste. So even with my piano, like I like the private school piano.
Yeah. That's so
even with
vibe.
that, like I found myself collecting so much of it that I started making sets, and then guys would holler at me like, "Come on, how to piano?"
Yeah.
Okay. So it's also interesting for me because then I get to understand a different culture that's different from my hip hop background. So
sure.
So I love that music, and I give it its own respect. So give it its own title, give it its own Flamez Malakabe and all that. Yeah.
Bro, to the Ultimate Radio. What was the show again? Come on, hit me up.
Sessions.
Backdoor Sessions, ne? But let's just go from the beginning. And like you're a hip hop person. Is that where it all started? In the music.
I started with Kwaito. I'm a Kwaito person.
Oh.
Started Kwaito and international, like how deep house, because cassette it's like international.
Okay.
Sorry. And
I mean that's where we were getting the house music from, international.
Yeah. And it was international, it didn't have a face, it didn't have fascinated. It didn't have lyrics. Like it was just these incredible flow, mid tempo. So it started there for me. I started collecting a lot of those tapes, and then high school, I was in boarding school and I started DJing high school parties and really kind of going dudes over TV. So Kwaito for me is where the love really like dudes. Probably the reason I decided I want to produce music.
I want to do this stuff.
I want to do this stuff. This is just too epic. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's in some, I don't know, Pantula mature way.
Yeah.
Some mix of
And then when you start growing and learning and doing sound engineering, you realize how far ahead of his time he was. I mean, he was one guy who was using Pro Tools in the 90s, bro. How Mamela, the sonics of Mdu songs, like the mixing.
Because he's a producer. I think some people don't know that.
He engineers a lot of his own stuff.
Oh, so, is it?
He's one of those. Hey, Bruce Sebitlo, those are special guys. Those are very special guys. I mean, Bruce Sebitlo carried Kalawa Jasmine on his shoulders.
A whole era.
20 years.
A whole era,
I mean?
Giving
you Twompi's albums, Mavikzo albums,
Alaska
albums. Every year. The hits.
Bongo Muffin, Kidimene.
It started there for me. And yeah, man. So Ultimate FM is an interesting story because it happened by accident.
How so?
Radio was never a thing, something I wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my personality is, I never thought of myself radio because I'm a bit shy, man. I'm a
background.
This side is weird, you know what I mean? Like, I had to wear the shades because last time I was here, I realized the lighting, so many lights. I'm
I look
like a deer in the headlights here. But yeah, I was a guest on a friend's show in Roma, Dope FM, Max on the Decks. So Max on the Decks was doing a radio show there.
Oh, okay.
In Roma. So I'd come from, I was living in Joburg at the time, and then I moved here for about 2 years. So I I had a connection with Soul Candy Records, and like one of the guys, the guys who run Soul Candy Records were friends of mine, and so I had to connect for the music. Like,
I see.
So I went to his show as a guest, and I think we did 2 shows. 1 week and then the next week, and then the week after he was like, "Yo, bro, I think you should actually just pursue this and do the radio thing." So I had the music, and I had the production background, so I was producing my own jingles or whatever. So I found myself like, cool, and I enjoyed it. So about 2 months after I started on dope, Dallas T gave me a call.
Okay.
Because, you know, we started a relationship with Dallas T because we were still recording music, you know, but there were no studios, there was no, you know, interface where you can just record in your room, like actual studio to actually put. So Dallas T was hooking us up with some studio time and called me one day and he's like, yo man, can you come in for a meeting? And I'm like, okay. You know, I'm thinking he's gonna give me an internship on because gonna already Lesotho fella and PC and there was no U station around. And I got there and he was like, hey man, are you able to cooperate? Do you want to be part of a team, a new youth station? So it was me, Dallas T and Pearl in a room for a week putting together Ultimate FM, like from the programming, who's doing which show, what Talav, all of that. You know, I came up with Heartbeat of the Kingdom.
So he's calling you or concept, you know, let's build it.
I've been listening to your show, because immediately when we did that show, it buzzed, like it made noise. Like cats would be like, yo, man, there's a show in Oma. Because I mean, you have to imagine, bro, I was dropping songs when there was no internet, right?
Yeah.
So I was dropping songs a week before 5FM.
Oh, because of the Connect.
The Connect. Those guys had a thing with 5FM and then they had a thing with me. So our radio, my camera is a little unregulated, so I could do whatever I wanted with them. So I had a lot of music.
Sure. Mine, sometimes I fit out through processes.
Yeah.
Here's a song,
you know what I mean?
When I
Dalafela. So, that's how I got to kind of socialize and make friends, whatever, because I'd record the show on cassette.
I see.
And I'd give it to my Jita on cassette or make CD copies of the singles I have. And, you know, so songs are coming out earlier than 5FM in South Africa. It's buzzing in town. And Dallas is like, yo, bro, I think if you can come through and whatever, help us produce radio the way you're doing it on you. And I was overwhelmed. I'd never thought about it at that level. And I said, I suppose I'm overwhelmed there to help me because then I over-prepared, you know. Like it's how I feel. So Backdoor Sessions was born and we had this incredible show, man. So I was doing Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays were hip-hop, Sundays were deep house.
Okay. But until Backdoor Sessions.
Into Backdoor Sessions, you know. So I'm doing the show when Max on the decks is the in-house DJ, right? Our roles have switched now. But he's still the best DJ in the country.
Sure.
And like, my G, let's do this, right?
Yeah.
So I've got the music, we've got the DJ, we've got the jingles, we've got all of this. And it started gelling, bruh. Because before we did the Backdoor Sessions on Sunday radio was only gospel R&B. Nobody was playing house. That culture didn't exist.
Jazz, maybe.
You know? Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
And we fought for that. Management, and I try to explain the uniqueness of that. Nobody's going to listen to anything else on Sundays. And she's like, you have 2 shows. I asked her, after 2 shows, you cancel it. Till today, how many radio stations play Deep House on Sunday?
Everyone.
You understand?
Everyone is out
So
there.
that's what the Backdoor Sessions did for us. But by the time we got there, we really started taking it seriously. And you know, even after, like, I think I did it for a year and then I left. I realized I love this so much. I need to learn more. So I need to professionally go to school and learn sound engineering and understand how broadcasting works and all of that. And that's why I left the Backdoor Sessions and then Max on the decks continued with, and I'd send him music from Joburg. And
But really, Maxo over the qualification thing, that thing on
I'm not even quite sure because the deal when I left, station manager was like, yo, man, when you come back, you can have the show back in. So when I came back with a bigger deal, from like a formal deal from advertisers in Joburg now. Like, and I sat down with the LNBS and, you know, try to do this and so, you know.
So you were actually bringing revenue now.
Serious revenue. I was bringing exposure because you have to understand, bro, like we had free reign when I was doing that radio show. We were just professional enough not to abuse that. But we could play anything we wanted. Like, so why all these stations live couldn't just do that?
Sure.
So it made us unique. That's why Saturday I could play such hardcore hip hop, and then Sunday we'll play such crazy house and have all these funny skits with Borok Talave, and we're prank calling people. It had never been done in the country, and it wasn't illegal. So it was still but and people were enjoying it. So it started bringing a different type of attention in terms of then you start management starts questioning other shows, like, if this show does this well, why can't the other shows be like that or whatever? But if we give these guys this show, it creates an imbalance because the other shows are behind. Yeah. So I mean,
So Backdoor Sessions, then there was also Backdoor. There was also Backdoor in the production side and the recording side. Is this a result of you going to school?
Not necessarily. Max and the Dex and I have been producing or recording music since day one. Like, and the Backdoor is a company we had, and we started producing our own, like we were producing our own radio show. So that was just an innate skill. Going to school was now to understand it formally and really try to take it further.
Oh, it's just talented.
Understanding mixing, understanding mastering, all of that.
I don't think you're working with him the same way, because now you have your own company. Guessing, were you trying to do a pull a Beyonce on him, or what were you trying to do there?
Nah, bro. I mean, we you have to understand, we've known each other since we were 3 years old, man. So we've done almost everything together.
Yeah.
And I think by that time, company got to second stage and we wanted different things, and he went a different lane and I went a different lane, you know what I mean?
I think it's actually natural. Like,
things change.
Then,
and you have to be mature and amicable enough to allow
realize
that change to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's one of those things that we had to do.
So, it's a company or recorder. If we have the company and it's recording, from there's another Takazo. And if Difapani, it's fine, guys. It's fine.
When we're recording, you enjoy the recording aspect. I enjoy the editing aspect. And we start clashing about, I spend too much time editing. And, it's things like that. It's just natural course of business, like just how it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you still doing recordings? And because the company is EmotivPR. Yeah. Check it out. You guys have a page, man. You gotta have a page.
At EmotivPR on Instagram, of course, we have a page. We have to.
Great. EmotivPR. That's you.
Yeah,
there.
EmotivPR on YouTube as well.
Okay, cool. Oh, nice. Yeah. So you're doing what do you do there? Besides the obvious PR.
Yeah, corporate communications. Do publishing. Production is still a big part of what I do. I mean, produce music. I love doing that. So
nice.
I always find a way of making it part of what I do. So yeah, man, campaign management, creative strategies, and brand management.
How was it starting the company, man?
It was rough, man. It was rough because I'm not formally trained in PR, but I saw the gap because I was a creative working with corporates, and I realized other creatives have the same problem. Corporates don't necessarily, at the time, know how to handle creatives or handle creative communicating or briefing creatives. At the same time, creatives don't understand
what the corporates are saying.
They don't understand just on and scheduling. And so I saw an opportunity to manage that so that everybody can just work better together. So
that's the gap you're feeling.
That's essentially what I do. So it's a lot of different stuff: graphics, video, podcasts, and But it's interesting work because every day is different.
Yeah. Royalty music. Royale.
Oh, Royale.
Royale.
Shout out to my man El Tor. Yeah.
Was it you and El Tor Linucci, or was this you and El Tor?
It was me and El Tor. Yeah. And that was a brand project we did in collaboration with Kingsway Kicks, Ojo.
Okay. Oh, okay.
At the time, I'll put out there the whole concept there, Show Me Yours.
Did,
the EP almost as a soundtrack.
Yeah, Royale.
Yeah.
What was the concept there, though?
Oh man, just two of the illest. That's when I was enjoying rapping. You know, I think Elto had dared me to do a whole EP with him. And I challenged myself, and and that came out.
And also, you were doing, that at that time you were also doing the Sesotho rapping.
Yeah, I mean, I love Sesotho, bro. I wish niggas tseba ka tsela e ke batlang go se tseba ka teng, but I love Sesotho.
And Elto also is doing, and he's not even there. That's Sesotho hakaloka, but he was
at
yes.
He's such an incredible writer that he's able to. He's probably one of the nicest. Got the flip between English and Sesotho because he's consistent. How ill he is, it doesn't drop hard like Sesotho.
That's the thing.
He's exactly there, like so. That's at the scale. Not a lot of guys.
Yeah. And when you talk to Elto, wa utlwa ngwana Sesotho sena was Puseletso.
Hey, but
utlwa ha like
whoa, he puts it together. Yeah.
Whoa.
A lot of guys will surprise you, man. You know, shout out to Minister Paul Brown.
Mm-hmm,
He's probably one of the illest I've worked with. Like his command of Sesotho, his command of rap, and he's able to now just FA like
sure.
And you admire stuff like that, and a guy like Greha.
Yeah.
He paved the way for your megahertz, Stana, and all the young cats because they had a reference point all of a sudden. When we did this stuff, none of it had ever been done.
It was still the beginning, guys.
One of those guys.
But how was it though? Like, okay, let's talk about that project, Royale. You were doing an EP.
Yeah.
The project was basically EP, and then in a PR.
There was a whole event called Show Me Yours, and that sort of thing.
Wait, speaking of events, before I ask you this, Blankets and Bling in Ilema.
So Blankets and Bling was also another. That's probably one of our most successful PR campaigns.
Oh,
yeah. So Blankets and Bling, what happened was I was about to move back here from Joburg.
You did Joburg.
I lived in Joburg for 10 years. And then
Damn.
And then I came back here and at the time we were recording Commander Ops. We were recording his Tipe album. And it was music of the Molakosh, Uzi and Maddie and myself, and so that was happening. So when I came here, we were now getting ready to release, because it was the most amazing thing to us. Like, our talented DJ Soto, this epic with it, and then we had the production. We were in the key, But we realized that his music was so hard, like his Soto was so hard that we weren't sure on our Soto, but it was just so foreign at the time. So we needed a way of making it make sense. And I was sitting with a friend of mine, a.k.a. shout out Kamfong Productions.
Yeah.
And we were talking about stuff, and he, we kind of suggested a cultural picnic thing. And so we decided to use a cultural picnic as the activation, what you'd call activations now. Create a context. Event no big acts, no high push the act. They push a culture. So it's dress code, it's theme, it's the food, it's we hadn't done the whole year there. And then Ops performs there because the context makes sense. Everybody's feeling patriotic there. But once we want to go make an effort to learn more about to learn. So Blankets and Bling was that. And it was supposed to be for like 3 months and turned into 8 years.
3 months wrong.
And we were promoting the tax-free album. I was dropping an album called Tax Free.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he was on the first single, and the follow-up was his Tipe album. So I had just finished Tax Free. We're out there selling it, like selling CDs at these Blankets and Blings, and but to give out and so it was an activation. It was, and then it turned into
something great.
Something great, man. Yeah, something really, really great. Yeah.
So we like I
said, it played its part, but it's definitely worth revisiting. But we have to reconfigure it for a different thing. Like it always has to have a purpose. It can't just be an event for the sake of an event. If we do it, we'll probably do it for the kids. Like do it as a proper to picnic.
Or like a fashion
You
thing.
know, like so many other ways, but you need to make it relevant to today. Because people who had blankets and bling are 12, 15 years old now.
Yeah.
You understand? So you have to reconfigure it. But you know, I strongly believe in not abusing brands until it's on my idea and whatever. So it's one of those really great things that has a really great legacy, and if we revisit it, we have to respect that and do it at that level or better. But doesn't stop us from coming up with something new.
You know what I mean. Come on, I'm remembering so many things out of it. And actually, you've been watching me. Yeah. I've been watching you. We've been working together
for so long, man.
It's been a long time, brother. But I want to go back to Flamez Malakabe, right?
Yeah.
Are you pushing it? Are you still pushing it?
Oddly enough, it's only this week that I decided I need to do a Flamez Malakabe mix. But, you know, I can't overcommit that side because I'm in the process of rolling out, you know, another new project, the Mr. Maps project. So
are you doing Reason and Alaka and some type of thing?
Nah, not really. No. The project I'm doing, is a proper hip-hop album. It's follow-up to Text Free. It's called Malapa. So I think we released 4 singles so far.
Yeah, I've seen.
With Seriti being the latest one, and I think we'll probably drop visuals for that. But the focus is really to put that out because it's such incredible music, man. We recorded it over COVID for about 6 years. I've been recording this project. It started out with the single fell, and then I just got a gap, got COVID, where all these rappers were stuck at the studio with me, and I recorded a whole bunch of music, man.
Really?
Yeah, and you know
who's on it? Who's coming
now? Okay, for starters, the bulk of the production is from the US, so there's a nice relationship there. I have with some dude, you know, and artists, man, like, you know, there's OG Skills, there's Minister Poe, Nooch, of course.
You got them dudes.
Lomile,
what?
Circus Recipe, Turk, El Tor.
Okay.
All the best guys, all the top tier, like Tiffany.
So you're gonna release it as an album.
So yeah, it has to be an album. It has
okay.
to be,
I'm not gonna put any pressure on you, but when do you think this album is gonna be out?
I don't wanna say anything because every time I say that I jinx it and something happens and it delays it. You know, like we lost half the music at some point.
Really?
Yeah, was stolen, things like that. And if you record some of the songs, they change the body of the work. You know, but definitely 2025. 2025.
Much here.
Guys,
March.
Pushing for
Malapa is coming out on the 25th of March. I'm blessing it.
Non-competitive, like that's it's gonna be probably my last one for a while.
For a while.
Focus on others because it's so time consuming, man.
It is. Album.
How?
Because in fact, you need to be emotionally there first to even lift the finger.
Emotionally there, and emotionally there comes with also being financially there. So you need to be in a position where it doesn't mess with you making a living. You making a living doesn't mess with that. Like you don't chase the music. It has to come from a happy place. So. And then when you're doing compilation albums like this, bro, you're dealing with over 15 artists. They all have lives, so scheduling is a problem.
Because they're not just going to come in and drop. They sometimes have to come back.
You understand? Like, and I'm telling you, you have to re-record certain parts. Like, which track do you drop a video? The other artist has moved overseas. Okay, how do we shoot this now? Like, you know, the other artist
is not even in the mood anymore. You know how artists go through stuff.
I'll tell you. I mean, I won't mention who, but after 3-4 years of recording so many tracks on this project, one of the artists just decided, nah, actually erase everything I recorded. I don't want it. I was in a different mental state. And I refused. I mean, you know, but I sold it to him over time. You know, music is recorded in space and time. Like I can't, those thoughts are important. They have to be there. Like, and now he's the biggest fan of his own stuff when he hears what I've done with it and mixing.
I see.
He's just like, wow. And I'm like, that's what it's about. Like, I enjoy the process of making the music. Releasing it, not so much because you want to release it, you want people to have it, but what comes with it, like promotion. I don't want to be on stage that much. I don't really want to be at these events, push it. Like I don't have the energy for that anymore. But I still love making the music.
The music,
so much.
Yeah. What do you think about hip hop in the country currently?
I love what it's become. Like guys are making a real living to this serious followership. Sorry, fans. So guys like Sanere, guys like the Distana are inspiring a whole other generation to dream much bigger. And it's there, it's possible, it's happening in front of their eyes, right? I love where it's been, where it's at.
But the type of music they're doing, for me, it's so hard for me to put it confidently say it's hip hop, only because I know the style of hip hop that you are doing, and I'm sure you're about to release. So is it? Do we comfortably have to say we have our own, or one of our own versions of hip hop?
Absolutely. Like, people have to understand that culture evolves.
Yeah.
So hip hop is not just a sound; it's a lifestyle. It's the way people think. It's the way people see themselves. So they identified with hip hop a lot more because it's youth. It's fashion. It's ours.
Sure.
So it's hip hop in that regard, but it has subgenres. It has tip. It has Nuch and I always joke that the music we make, it's us by two. It's
sure.
It's not quite so true. But it's not quite hip hop.
Yeah, it's in between the legs.
I love, like I said, I love to produce far more, bro. So
yeah.
You'll always hear either Korean or live Sosoto bass or Sosoto chorus in my music. It's part of the DNA of what I do. So it's hip hop all in all, but it definitely has different subgenres, and different subgenres is a good thing because it means it's growing.
Yeah. Hi, of course. Well, it's like yes, and then if you're calling it a subgenre, sharp. But the type of hip hop that let's call it the white people. Okay, let me not call it that. The hip hop that was running the streets back in your time, album Text Free. Is that the type of hip hop you're gonna do? And how do you think it's gonna do when you release that album?
Well, you have to also understand that I'm a different age from these guys. So I'm not competing. I'm not. And my fans are
different.
Or people who listen to my music are people, I'm making hip hop. I always joke that, we make hip hop or we make music for people who have to pay insurance and rent and raise kids, and because nobody makes music that talks about that everyday reality,
Yeah.
Everybody kind of makes celebratory music, and that's a youth thing. Like, I'm 40 years old. I'm probably 20 years older than a lot of these guys who are doing the music now. So I'm not even trying to be in their lane. I don't even think people who listen to our stuff, but we compare. I mean, it's just different. It's like the stuff you do. Like, people can't compare you to normal DJs who are just sitting there with a USB and doing that there.
True.
You've transcended being
Something
a DJ.
different.
You're a musician. You
Yeah.
understand? So experience alone, just the stuff we're talking about, it's life experiences they're yet to go through. So it's very different target market, very different music.
What big projects are you doing on the? So it's music related. EmotivPR. What you all about?
I can tell you the ones I did. Never like talking about the stuff I'm doing until it happens.
Jinx. You don't want to jinx.
And also just
protect
the market, man.
Balo.
Protect the energy,
Protect the energy.
Gotta protect the energy.
That's a cool way. That's a civil way to say it.
All right.
Things that you've done here.
I've done some really, really, really dope and nice theme songs with some of the bigger brands. I think the first one we did a theme song for Alliance. Maybe it's on Mahahlaulale in Tatehonye. And at the time, I didn't think it was a big deal, until I went to one of the soccer games. And I think it was the final. It was sponsored by Alliance. And at halftime, this song comes on and the whole stadium sings it. And I realized, snap, okay, this is
something big.
This is a different type of production. Like,
yeah, because you don't really get that type of on your own music.
You understand?
Yeah,
like
it's
and then since then we did 2 for RSL that are also incredible. One was piano, and then it was like, and it was an international track because they had an international event with other tax authorities coming through, so we had to do like a song for the games. So that was so beautiful and interesting. I mean, I had to call my friends in Tanzania and Zimbabwe to translate phrases for me, and we wrote and produced an incredible piano song. We did, when they rebranded from LRA to RSL, there's a song we did there with incredible vocalist called Nel Mate from Maputo. Incredible song, man. Powerful song. Leona, very far from the stuff I'm known for. It's like Afro pop. I work with an incredible guy called Lekaka. I'm sure you know.
Me and that guy. Of the keys.
Yeah, we like salt and pepper, man.
Okay.
Yeah, consistently. We just finish each other's sentences and thoughts. We know.
Beautiful.
And then the big one of the big ones, one of the ones that was really close to my heart, doing the LNIG Holla theme song with Puseletso and myvolumeagency. That was a highlight for me. I think after that session, I kind of sat at home and thought to myself, you wanted to be this producer for, popular music or house or hip hop. And I'm doing production, but so far from that I forget or I don't recognize that I'm really doing really big stuff with music. I mean, man, when you listen to that, I mean, I remember when the song played at Vex's funeral, like I came to tears, and you realize I was a big part of this. And
What was your role in that?
I coordinated the whole thing.
From LNIG, Malume, and Mempuse.
Yeah, so I literally broke down the mandate of the song to them into lyrics. Recorded it. Was working with a producer from Ambitious Records, Lilakaka. We did that, and arranged the song like bear together, and put it out there, and it's incredible, man.
Hannah, were you at the Khoto's studio?
Yes. So he and I, we have an incredible relationship. He's probably one of the illest producers in Africa, man. He's way out there.
I think he's underrated.
He's very underrated. I think he's underrated. A lot of Basotho are underrated, bro. There's a lot of really talented people, man.
This brother wrote and produced Babalasia and Budanza.
Man, this brother wrote the 2010 World Cup theme song.
What you mean? Which one?
The South African song that was playing that played at the opening ceremony.
Not the Waka Waka, right?
No, not Waka Waka. There's a song that played at the opening ceremony, written and produced by that man. It's written and produced for Lebo M and the Lion King. He is
really.
He's out there, man.
Like
I always joke, the 5 best producers in
the world. Tell me. The world.
Because Africa is where the sound comes from, man. And then we about the international guys, but 5, and don't laugh, but
sharp.
Number 1 has got to be Frank Leb, right?
Most
number 2
definitely
is got to be Fela Kuti.
Producer.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Number 3, probably give it to Khotso Tahani. 4, give it to maybe Bruce Sibitlo Mduma
Selela. Put them in number 4, baby.
And number 5 is Mr. Maps. Is yours truly. No, for real, bro. Like
you didn't say don't laugh.
I'm telling you.
But you've done some good stuff. I know.
You gotta look at. I mean,
yeah.
So somebody was reminding me. Shout out to La Vista. He's always reminding me every time I used to sell him my house CDs. Like I produced a house album. Never get home. Produce a house album, print 50 copies, print artwork, and sell it to people. And guys started playing it, and then I moved from all that, did hip hop, and then I moved from all that. Now I'm doing like theme song, and people don't even know. That's the beauty I love about that too.
No, that's people the best part. Yeah.
So I just sit back and I watch the music.
And chow the chow.
Watch the music.
But chow the chow.
Yeah, man.
Producers in the country doing well. Okay, there's Mr. Maps already. There's the Khotso Time.
Khosatane Lekaka is out of this world. He's world class. Yeah, producers in the country. I don't know a lot of the young guys' names.
I think Dax is there.
Yeah, Dax, the consistency on Dax.
Sure. I've heard some stuff.
A lot of guys sleep on T-Mac. T-Mac is probably the most experienced out of all those little guys, and even all us older dudes in terms of he has worked with that. He has made a lot of artists, bro. And he produces a lot of different stuff. Trap, Soto, whatever. And he's just quiet about it and humble. But he is probably the hardest working producer in Lesotho. T-Mac without a doubt.
Let me call him Chocolate Soul.
Yeah. Uncle Faith. Yeah. And then of course, so in my top there's a friend of mine who's late, Uzi, Masopa Malapo. He was for me the best producer. The guy who did pretty much the first Tip album. Okay. That sound on the first Tip album of Commander Ops.
Oh, that's
the guy
him.
Behind that. Worked with him.
Kilorile Gima.
No, Kilorile was before us. So Kilorile is how I found Ops.
Who did that beat though?
I don't know.
Sing. It has a emphatic tabs vibe. I think
it's such an organic song.
Yo. So actually, let's discuss this, right? And I got that's the whole. Kilorile, what year? 2004.
Maybe 6, 7.
Okay.
Yeah. It came out 6, 7.
Yeah, Commander Ops.
Yeah, Commander Ops.
Last year, Hot on Totingi Outlaws. It's been used as a theme song. Such an old song. Come on, man.
When you make real music, when you make timeless music, it lasts forever, bro. Like, Ops is a real one, man. He is one of one. He is an incredible artist. He's one of the jewels we have.
You know what he said one time, and I'm not putting him under any scrutiny or any comments. It's on Facebook. He said to me one, that's the first time I actually talked to him. Yeah. And then he's in the country now. It's a gig. And then I greet him. Turns out he knows me. Oh, sure. Otherwise, okay, we had a conversation 2 minutes, and he said, otherwise, speak about that.
Damn. I don't know, because the way I met Obs was kind of crazy. I took a leap of faith with him, and I think guys like Obs need to take more leaps of faith with other artists. Like I'm saying, I was in Joburg. I was living in Joburg, but I was working on tax free. Since you do says out high, so I was here every maybe 3 weeks or so for like a couple of days, and then you could get a Joe's. And I remember I was driving, bruh, on radio.
Damn it!
And I was like, what the hell? And then I'm listening to how nice he flows, man. So I called Dallas, who's this dude, and how can you 1212 finally got his number. So I had...
Because every artist has to have Dallas T's number.
Yeah, bruh.
Or
Dallas
just...
T,
Hele,
we can do a whole other podcast about
brother.
Him and I still do great stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. He's that's my brother. So I was still in Joburg. Uzi and I were living in a studio in Midrand, and got back, played him the song, and I'm like, dude, we have got to get this dude for my tax-free album. So I sent Obs the beat, which is now what you know as Tlali, and he was still in Bloom. Sent him that beat. And he called me back like, yo, bro, can I have this beat for my project? And I was like, nah, bro, I need you on it for my project. And I was like, okay, fine. In return, you can come to Joburg, come record this track here, and then we'll make new beats for your project. And we got there, man, and the guy started
flowing,
doing this tape, dog.
Yeah.
At some point, because the Sesotho was so deep, bro. It was so magical. Sure. You know what I mean? And so those were some of the nicest studio sessions we had, man, out there. Kulichana, Proverb. It was, it was that sort of thing. And when that's why that album sounds so nice, because it's such an organic album. Like, that's it. The first album, that's it. You know what I mean? So Obs definitely has to learn and reach out to these young cats, man, because these young cats are flying it high and nicely. And
young cats. I don't know.
But I love it. I love it all, bro. I love it all. I just wish, and I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, I just wish the younger guys would make, the music would grow a bit more. They release a lot of it, and, it's fashioning, longevity, so they need to do it in such a way that it stays, man. It stays. Because they have all the access. You see, the problem with all the social media is that it also sensitizes too much. It takes away not having or not enjoying things.
These people are in an era where we had two challenges back in the day. Letting the people know that you got music out, and actually recording the music. So we didn't have good access to studios. We didn't have good access to publishing or any marketing platform.
Even radio.
Getting
your stuff on radio. I mean,
now it's easy.
But that's where the problem is. It's easy, so everybody in that bedroom is making music, or claims they're making music. They all watch tutorials and whatever. So nobody actually learns how to make music. They learn how to make whatever is hot. Now, this is why all kinds of sounds the same. You know what I'm saying? There's Sunny, there's Stunner, two different artists. Everybody else is gonna try sound like them. We need another third guy, another fourth, another fifth guy. Then we have an industry.
I see what you mean.
We need to do it like that.
I see what you mean. But let's talk about, how would you advise artists to do their promotion? Their marketing, and EmotivPR idea.
Gotta connect with the people. Music is a subjective thing. It's an emotional thing. So connect with the people. Be accessible. Like, a lot of the artists take themselves to be bigger than they are. So they alienate their own target market. So be accessible. Sane's PR is crazy. Not PR necessarily, but he's so accessible. His music, but how Mamela related to their own lives. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So that's important. We need to music be relatable to people. That's why Famo is so big, because it relates to Batwaya Mamela. You know what I mean? We for a long time we've tried to westernize our culture. Do you get what I mean? So we need to be even more original. Just keep doing what we're doing and be diverse, man. Explore Sesotho further. We need female MC who's rapping at that level, just to, shout out to Blaze, by the way. Blaze Shatter Queen. She got it going on.
She's back, or
I don't think you ever leave. I don't think you ever leave. She's busy with a bunch of other stuff, but the track she just released, that Manguko-san, is completely different from everything we know from her. It's not rap. It's almost Afro jazz.
So it's growth, development,
that's the growth evolution. I'm talking about. Evolution is so important. You know what I mean?
So for the past 5 years,
bruh. Also, expectations are changing. The listeners are a bit cleverer. They want to be moved. They want nice choruses. Not just as local anymore.
Let's get a little controversial here.
As long as it's not religion or politics, bro.
No, don't worry. I wasn't aware of what people were saying, but I hear on Facebook, people were on to Juvie and saying Juvie untapina. I don't know. What can you say about that before Naki gets like some I think you heard it. You didn't maybe follow it. I don't think you follow. I know you're not a Facebook.
No, the last time I heard something controversial about Juvie, funny enough, was from here. It was that whole T-Mac and Basadi thing.
Basadi, yeah.
I need to be careful when I answer this, because, like I said, music is a subjective thing. So
yeah.
You gotta give props to Juvie for his consistency, how much he's pushed as far as where he's taken it, and then the next guys take it to the next step, and so discount before you.
That's what's happening.
So
that's what's happening.
One, it's unfair to compare Juvie to any of these kids. When our target market, they're high.
Sure.
Two, he's probably the most consistently booked. So clearly he's doing something right.
Sure.
I'm not necessarily his target market, but Juvie's my guy, and I understand his music. I understand
and what he's trying to do.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
So people try to compare apples and oranges, bruh.
I think it's a comparison. I think it's a compare situation, and if you're not tuning up, happy on a discard what he has already done.
People love discounting what people have done, bro. This is why I don't even talk about the stuff I've done, because the real people who are supposed to know.
Sure, you know sure. I mean? Oh, I see what you mean.
There's no need to get into that. And a lot of the people a lot of the talking and commenting are the people who don't have any skills, the people who can't do anything. They can't write a song. They can't. So we are from the comfort of subjectivity of overseas. So you can never discount what I mean. On the Backdoor Sessions, I mean, we used to encourage kids to send demos and we'd play local songs and criticize them on air, and but constructively.
Sure.
A lot of those kids have come back to me. Turk, Circus Rappy, they're the best rappers in the country right now.
Sure.
Because you have to be constructive. You can't just tear somebody down and
no. It's
nonsense.
I can tell you, Juvie had a hit-filled album. When you go through that song, that was a hit.
Yeah.
But that was a hit. And then Caught in Feno.
Shebo. Also, what a lot of these cats are discounting, a lot of those songs you're mentioning, including Right? Because at the time I was kind of working and managing Honye. Right?
I see, yes, I remember. Koto.
He's always the trendsetter. How many of these young cats copied that style? And Solomonato Goriana is mixed with trap.
Thank you, sir.
Koto did
Thank
that.
You, sir.
You know, before that, all of that goes back. So what's Keeper?
Skipper
resonates with kids. It resonates a little. So unless you've walked or you've done 10 years in the game, man, you have nothing to say about Juvie.
You can't talk about Juvie. You can't talk about Juvie, man. Juvie is the guy who was already bringing in band into hip hop.
Forward thinking, consistent.
Brother, the album, he was there out.
You realize in that entire period that he's been performing at all these things, he's never had the candle.
Yeah.
You understand how hard that is?
Because he's always focusing on music. In fact,
professional as hell.
Yes.
So you gotta give props for that. You can't be out here just because you don't like the music. There's a lot of music I don't like, but I don't criticize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand it's not for me. I don't understand a lot of this drill and trap stuff and Zinana. I don't understand. Actually, let me not talk about other genres of music, man. In case I upset people.
In case.
Positivity. Positivity. I'm not here to speak. There's enough negativity outside.
It's enough. Yeah. So on that note, you know that Basotho Habatsebe thing, I think it's worth a discussion, man, because it comes back to how do you promote yourself, and then when you said, but what are you producing as it is? Are you producing something So say for instance you release an album, Talib Kweli, Nas vibes, KRS-One, and then you take it out there, and then I mean, do you even have to take it out? We really sell that type of genre.
Not necessarily, like, and I'm telling you, Onompo Zagabo, Show Me Yours, Royale, Tax Free.
Yeah.
When I look at like where our music play, half of it is in countries like where you don't think,
Sure.
There's Basotho living in the UK who buy your stuff the minute it's out, digital, no problem. So the internet has made the world small. So what you need to focus on, especially if you're doing music full time, is how far you want to go. Because if you want to make money in Lesotho, then you have to make music that relates to people so that you get bookings, right?
But does that mean I have to sing in Lesotho all the time?
No, it's up to you. But you have to educate your people. You have to teach people how to accept you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
So maybe I don't really necessarily have to go to SA here.
But you see, it depends. If your target market is over there, they want to see you perform live. You might have to move over there. But target market is in the US. So it's like it's all depending on how far you want to take it. Like, we all make music for different reasons. Some people want to perform. I like putting my music out I wanted to be part of soundtracks of films and series, and you know, it's there for all of that. Like I use it for my own stuff that I shoot for, you know, and yeah. So it depends on what you want from the music, how far you want to take it.
Bro, just tell me one project that you're working on. Yeah.
Because I mean, man, I've got some really nice guys and close friends of mine, great music, talk a lot about family, talk about a lot about positive stuff, and it's just a moment in time that I think, okay, my job in the industry, even after this one, I can do 10 years without
releasing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still produce music because
that's
my oxygen, man. Like, what else am I supposed to do?
Man.
But as far as releasing commercial projects out, I think this Malapa joint, it's very unexpected, man. Like, I'm gonna say this, like, it's nothing like what's out here, and it's haven't done it at all. Like, I'm too experienced. It's too far. It's too far.
That's the thing. I think it's on its own league. Because I know your type of music, and even though you are a person who relates to everything that's happening in the industry, you're sure you're gonna stick to what I know you do, and the people also that you have on there. I'm to take Metal Jacket, okay.
Yo, I haven't seen Metal Jacket in a minute. I'll tell you who's there that people will just be like, what? Confab, Hopala. He was probably one of the first guys to do it, like 191.
What?
He's a grown G now, but you know, he's one of those. He's my second favorite Lesotho rapper, because Nooch is Nooch. Right?
Is Nooch in the album? Man.
He's on 70% of the album.
He better be.
He's on like 2 of the singles we released. Yeah, Nooch is every year on it. I've got Zeus from Botswana, who's great friend of mine, but also incredible writer, man, incredible performer.
That's a familiar name.
Yeah. He was on Big Brother South Africa. He was he's like a youth ambassador in Botswana. He's a big deal.
He's doing stuff.
I don't know who else.
Yeah, you got them cats.
Yeah, man. I think the dope part about the project is mixing a lot of US produced influence beats with Bukuriana, and so it's a whole different sound. Like,
what happens? They bring you the beat and then you add the
they send me tracks, and then I agree on the tracks I like, and then they start, you do the business of it. They send me the separates, and then I sit and now produce add my what I want it to be. You know what I mean? Like, and when you hear the original beats and what we've done, it's like, so it fascinates the guys I'm working with.
Sure. Like, what the hell? What did you do with this?
I'm enjoying that. Yeah, man. I mean, I think one of the things I'd love, I'm not gonna jinx it, Leon, I talk too much, but I'd really love to make like an incredible like anthem type song with Saner, like something that's different from everything he's doing, because I like challenging artists. I like pushing them to the best of what they can be, and he's an incredible artist with a lot of room, to be even bigger. So
I think someone who's challenging themselves each time currently is Omali Temba.
Oh yeah,
he's on beats.
One of the guys I'm a huge fan of is I worked with him on the RSL theme song in Nzako.
When they changed the
piano.
Okay.
There's a guy called John Senudi.
Okay.
Yeah, man, he's an insane vocalist, and another amazing thing, just being in the studio with him and seeing how quickly he he puts melodies together. Like,
Mm.
yo, you know how it takes people days, weeks to. He does that 3 hours. He'll have 3 different melodies for whatever. Well, so it makes it easy for you to produce. Okay, the bridge, I want this. He'll give you 3 options. And you're like, okay, well, not that second one. That's the one. So you're looking at artists who are innately talented. Like, you're like, this guy has to definitely get an opportunity to go international. He's that good. He's incredible.
We don't have female artists in the game.
Lomile, dog. We have Lomile. We have Male. We have Puseletso. We have Blaze.
Bro, you're not gonna get to 10. You're not gonna get to 10.
Yeah, but are you doing anything to cultivate the female artists?
I think for me it's a concern because there are people who who were in the game, and I'm even talking about even the DJing space. They were there, now they're not there anymore. Yeah. Like, what's going on?
Like I said,
what are you guys doing to these women in the industry?
We're in it for different reasons. We also have, it's a young industry, but also we have lives. Like, a lot of women get married, priorities change, they have kids. Like I'm saying, if we had a system or an industry where for the most part you can make a living, I'm sure we'd have a lot more artists out here than who currently are, because people gotta make a living, man. And we have a very small market in a very small country. It's only now that crowds, the audience and the music is coming together. The corporates and the artists are understanding each other, and there's endorsement. There's a bit of sponsorship, and there's love for Basotho. Come on, bro. The love is there.
We're changing. The companies are endorsing artists.
Absolutely, man, bro. You get
local
events like Limasawa. So you go there for a fully Basotho lineup every year.
Yeah,
you have the time of your life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Some beautiful stuff. Things that we wished for years ago.
When I was doing blankets and Bling, like, I always wished I could afford to book Puseletso or even know who to talk to. And now I manage her, and it's lost on me. And I go,
I feel you.
God, so does Beyonce. I forgot.
Come on, nah, don't take it there, man. So does Beyonce. I would say walk on there.
Man,
I think she's Lesotho's. In terms of greatness, come on, why Aretha Franklin? Yeah, when that maturity and being in the game for that long and doing big things.
But you see, I say Beyonce because of her influence, man. Like, if you were to go to one of these PTs, you'd understand
the PTQ vibe, yeah. I saw how full
she's got a beehive. She's got a beehive, man.
I see.
Yeah. She's the landlord.
Yeah,
she's the landlord. You understand? Yeah, bro. So
yeah, man. Basically, you've done good things, brother.
Brother. I'm more proud of you. I remember, like, from mixing some of your tracks to when you started with the live stuff. I'll never forget. One winter. And I was emceeing the gin and thing.
Yeah, wine, gin, jazz, something.
Yeah. And you were the only artist playing, man. That was such an incredible exclusive weekend. And it's times like that where you're like, damn it, I sound like I got Europe sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the target market was people all from SA mostly.
Sure.
A few Basotho.
I want to do a gig there.
Yeah.
But do you think it would make sense though? I think it will need EmotivPR to get into that stuff.
And we just need to structure it. Well, I want to do a different type of gig with you, man. I want us to use our position and platforms to kind of improve communication in the industry. Like, one other, not to even be controversial, but I am doing that. How the whole licensing thing broke out and how people are reacting and how it's silly.
How it broke out.
Yeah, and all of that. We need to just create this stakeholder engagement.
Sure, my brother.
To build. Sure, let's build. Like, we can't all be there throwing stones and what I mean? So
yeah, of course. I think the intent was cool, and it's something that we've always wanted.
It's very necessary, but there also needs to be a lot of transparent communication. There needs to be an inclusive way of presenting the information to people to create a platform for people to ask questions and answer those questions.
Hence the conference
it's about I don't want to speak out of turn, but just the way that he's pushing that narrative, or the Facebook is attacking him, and
Now he has to fight back.
You understand? And it's like this. It spoils what is supposed to be happening.
What's supposed to be happening? I agree with you, brother.
So we need to do events that engage. More, man. Just more togetherness. And yeah, like with the kind of stuff like you play, and it's an opportunity to do some really, really dope like tourism based type. And I was watching your set that Maletsunyane, and it was just like one
Sunny Pass,
sorry.
And
we need to do more stuff like this, because imagine what it does to a kid growing up in Kuti who sees that, immediately his world changes. Like, whoa, this is within reach.
Yeah.
That's our job right now.
And that's how we actually got into. I remember seeing like okay, this music thing it in so to le LK le Khatogama.
Yeah. Shout out to LK.
Tsidiso Koreka.
Yeah.
Kibona ba rapper, they're recording.
Yeah.
They are releasing albums. Kina CD kina
Man, I remember like for me it's so many different phases of it, because I remember having to first figure out how to print CDs. It was not printers, but also who can print both sides of your sheet of paper.
Oh yeah. Sure, brother.
Oh, it's crazy for me, man. Was one of that year released Tax Free. Papa Z also released Psalm 23, and him and I were collaborating on a lot of way events. He'd come to Blankets and Blue Doors thing. People were blown away. I'd go to support his staff. There was a whole collaboration effort going, well, competing, but positively. We're bringing people together. I needed for Blankets and that. We need more of that. We need more of that. And funny story is, he's kind of the guy who also pushed me to rap. Like after Tax Free, he always came to me when I'm on, me no wonder how. Just stop, not just making the beats, man. You need to rap more. And I'm like, he's like, well, I'm gonna rap more. So that always kind of give me a battery, okay, if Papa Z thinks I'm dope.
What? Ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so shout out to Papa Z, man.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, those are some of the guys that we built real infrastructure with. Kamfong, the guys that started Blankets and Bling with.
They
created jobs for us. I couldn't have created EmotivPR without Blankets and Bling being a part of, creating. It was basically our audition to corporate Lesotho.
Yeah, we need to collaborate more. Our industry is really too small.
It's too small.
Yeah.
We also have a crap load of skills. Like the minute we collaborate, that triples.
It does. It's a blind also.
Yeah.
I think
collaboration starts with
that.
Positive attitude, man. You gotta be willing to give more than you're expecting.
True.
So immediately you leave negativity at home.
Then you push the industry.
Push the industry. 6 months, a year.
The copyright. I didn't even comment. Guys, we have our reservations, but
why then I realized how big your platform is, and I thought it was important that I mentioned we really need to create clarity around that as opposed to attack it. Like
we're organizing something. Sides, I think she told you that we're trying to organize like an episode where we're gonna talk about the industry. I think that will come up, because that's just a drop in the ocean of things that we need to address and discuss.
Yeah. But we need to create environment. First of all, stop throwing stones.
Sure.
That's all come to learn.
And that's it. So I don't like the way it came out and what's happening, but it's okay. Mr. Maps,
we still have the power to fix it. If
a.k.a.
people are willing.
Flamez Malakabe, a.k.a. Mr. Tlali Mapetla. How's the married life?
Hey man, why you gonna ask me personal questions like that out of the blue? The marriage is beautiful, man. I finished the year last week, so it's been interesting. I mean, I think different strokes for different folks. It's challenging, like everything else.
Challenging is the right word,
Man,
I think.
Evolution. You have to evolve. She has to evolve, and every day building about the next brick and the next brick and the next brick.
But literally every day. Literally every day.
If you get into it for anything less than
that. My brother.
You know what I'm saying?
But congratulations once again on that, man. It's been months and years, but
yeah, man.
It
was a year last week. It was a year, in fact, the beginning of this week.
But I was really happy, man. I didn't even see it coming, man. And when Tahani close Kaijing,
energies, my man. Energies.
I know. Let's do that. Let's do the married life,
Plus, part of the reason I'm releasing this Malapa album is because she doesn't believe in Mr. Maps. She's like, Mr. Maps was like a thing when we were growing up.
Oh, Mr. Maps so willing.
Punchy. I'm like,
nah, we're gonna show her. We're gonna show her.
You must have
and she better apologize when she sees right. Ask her
but the music will do what it's supposed to do. So what done, it's just another detox. It never coming. So I'm like, okay.
Thank you so much, man, for coming through, brother.
Anytime, even going forward, anything to do with positivity, give me a call. We have a responsibility for the guys that are coming behind us. We have a responsibility to keep pushing the guys before us to be better. Yeah,
also a responsibility for what we have already done.
Absolutely, man.
To still be significant and meaningful to where we're trying to go as a country.
Yes, and I love your platform, man. There's never any ego on any of the episodes I've seen because ego is not your amigo. Like... Positive.
Sure. You always tell me, man, and I appreciate it man, when you give me random calls and like, you're doing it. You're doing it.
No,
thanks,
bro. It's encouraging. Like, you know, you just never know what people are going through. Like I'm saying, like one we're setting up part of it. For everybody who looks at how dope these shots look, right? Don't know what's behind there and all the work what you've been doing for the last 30 minutes before we got on, you know?
Sure.
So I want to be that guy who appreciates the guys who don't get the appreciation often enough. Like, it's important, bro. Power words, my friend. Power words.
For sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Maps, Flamez Malakabe, Mr. Tlali Mapetla. And from me, DJ Allegro Africa. Peace.